Hey guys, Jimmy Flores here again with Rhino Tactical. Just wanted to go over a couple more tips. Last week we went on stance. Today we're going to cover grip. Before we get into grip, I want to cover the 4 basic safety rules that we didn't come across last week, which are all guns are always loaded, never allow the muzzle to cover anything that you are not willing to shoot, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are aligned on the target and you intend to shoot, and the 4th is be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Okay guys, those are the 4 basic safety rules whenever you handle a gun. Okay, that being said, we're going to move on to grip. A lot of people ask me, well, how hard should I grip the gun? How should I grip the gun? Which way should I, right or left? And so we're going to get into that right now. Basically, the formula for gripping the gun is you basically, to find out how hard you should grip it, it's just a firm handshake. What the formula is all you basically do is put your hand in front of you, point your index finger out, squeeze your hand as hard as you can, and try to do the ABCs. Now you will have no finger dexterity when you do that whatsoever. It'll be really hard. Now if you ease up your grip just enough to be able to form the ABCs, that's about how hard you want to hold the gun. And the reason you want to have a firm handshake type grip is because you don't want to have too much grip where you don't have any finger dexterity, so you have no trigger control, which is something we'll talk about later. But you also don't want to have too loose a grip to where your recoil control is horrible when the gun flips around in your hand. So again, firm handshake, do the little formula, find out what your grip is, and then grip the gun. Now, as far as gripping the gun goes, all we basically do is take the right hand. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, do the opposite of what I'm doing. Take your right hand, put it all the way up into the beaver tail as far as you can get. You don't want to leave any room under the beaver tail like so. You want to get it all the way up there because you don't want the gun rocking back on you. So all the way up into the beaver tail, grip the gun all the way around as far as you can. Not really hard, just a firm handshake. Then you take your left hand and you interlace your fingers with your knuckles. Fingers on your left hand, knuckles on your right hand. So fingers interlace with knuckles. So my pinky is going to go under my finger and then I'm going to interlace my finger with my knuckles. So there's 1, 2, see how they're lining up? 3. Now when I get to this side, this is kind of the interesting process where a lot of people have different opinions about this. Basically, the best recoil control you can have with the gun is if you keep your grip very, very integrity conscious, which means the looser, the more open you have your grip like this, the more the gun's going to want to recoil to the path of least resistance, which is this way on a right-handed shooter. So you want to close that option up for the gun. So basically what you do is you put your finger straight down, just like that, and then you put your right thumb directly over that. Now here's the deal, is if you put your left thumb up, you're going to have a chance to where you can induce a malfunction. When the slide comes back, you'll start doing this. So that's why I always tell people, put your fingers down, then it's out of the way. The grip is it's an integrity-filled grip, and then you pretty much can shoot any way you would like with recoil control. And that's basically it. Now, again, when you grip the gun, you don't want to have too much on this hand, too much attention. You want to have too much on this one, because what happens if you have too much on this side and not enough on this side, the gun's going to want to recoil this way. If you have too much on your left hand and not enough on your right hand, the gun's going to want to recoil this way. So that's why I always practice 50-50 as much as you can. Of course, you're going to have like 48 and 52 over here, or whatever it is. You want to have as much as you can, as much of a neutral grip as you can, so that the gun comes straight up and straight down. The gun will always follow the path of least resistance, as we know. So what we want to do is make the grip as neutral as possible. Just like our stance last week was neutral, we're going to make our grip as neutral. So you have quick follow-up shots. And again, this grip allows you to go left and right as many in a wide field, as much as you can. And it also allows you to move and hold the gun and not falling. Another thing we were going to talk about is grip on a gun if you're shooting right or left-handed. If you're shooting right-handed, the grip is the same exact way. Notice my finger is out of the trigger guard until I'm on target and ready to shoot. Left hand will always be on the chest protecting the heart. Bring your hand straight up. On the other side, the left hand, it's the same thing. The gun side will always be on this side type of a grip, and the right hand will always come to the heart. It's just very, very simple than to have it down here, have it over here. Everything is really close and tight, and you can move this way very, very fast. You could switch hands as much as you can, as fast as you can, you know, this way and this way. And even when I grip it wrong, look, I still have a finger available to fire. So that's basically the grip. Again, so the key points to a good grip are: get your hand all the way up under the beaver tail as far as you can. Interlace finger with knuckle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fold your thumbs down. to not induce a malfunction, and the rest of the thumbs go straight over the top. And again, remember, all you want is a firm handshake. You don't want it too tight because you do want to have trigger control, but not so loose that you don't have any recoil control. Okay guys, that's your tip for this week. We'll come back next week and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Come with me tonight.